everybody, and welcome to the final episode of our first season in charge of Aston Villa, where we currently sit 2 points outside of the playoffs, 2 points behind Norwich, 1 point behind Bury, and then it's us. If those two teams mess up and we win both of our games, there's an outside chance we may be able to sneak in, but it certainly isn't likely, and I've basically accepted that fact at this point. Let's just go out and try and finish on as many points as you can. And it is worth remembering, we started this season 12 games in, after when we took over, with only 2 wins. Like, we were in 23rd. We've done a brilliant job to bounce back to even be in playoff contention. We've done an excellent job with the team, to be honest. So, I mean, you can see runs of form like this one here, and, well, just this entire last patch of games, really. You know, what is that, 7 wins, 2 draws and 1 defeat? That's not bad in 10 games, is it? So, we've done a decent job. I think we can be pretty happy with it. There's been rough patches of form, sort of this patch here, but it's not terrible. It really isn't. We've had some very, very good runs, and I think we can be reasonably happy regardless of where we finish. But that being said, we're going out there today to try and just end on a high, really. So, one change to the side. Tome has moved into the attacking midfield position, and Chesnikov, or the advanced playmaker position, sorry. Chesnikov coming in as that deep lying playmaker. Doyle Hayes just struggling a bit for fitness. He does it often. He's just a bit old. So, yeah, we're giving him a bit of a rest. Start him off from the bench today, and we can play him from there if we need to. You may notice he's joining us. That's because that's been there ages, by the way. But yeah, it's because he's played so many games for us that our option to sign him has become definite. We have to sign him. The clause has been met. So, not too bad, really. I'm quite happy to have him on board. He only cost us 6 million, I do believe, so it's not too bad at all. So they come out, same formation as us, 4-4-2. If we can beat these, we may be in with a chance. They're 3rd in the league, so it's not going to be easy, but we could move on with no, let's just get aggressive and say, avenge what happened last time we played. Not a great response, to be honest. Only 5 players, but we can still have a good game. Let's go out there and let's try and win. We've got a free kick. Tome is going to flick into the box towards the back post. Vidasa heads just over. We are currently overtaking Bury. Apparently we're the only team that plays today, which is going to make it even worse because we don't quite know what the standings will be, but I guess that's a bit of pressure off, to be honest. It means, you know, we're out there to play our own game. We can decide our own fate and then let everyone else figure out where we finish, which isn't too bad. Now, Chesnikov's on the ball, knocks it across to Toma. They're working it nicely between the pair of them, trying to find a way forward. Haryanto dropping a bit deep. There's a deep line forward, what you expect, really, but we just can't find a killer ball. We're just knocking it around, keeping possession well, waiting for the perfect opportunity as Flynn's on the ball to Haryanto, back to Flynn, in the box, who strikes? Andy Flynn scores his 14th goal of the season, assisted by Donny Haryanto. He only came in January. He's got 14 goals. He's had an incredible run. Like I said, at the end of this episode, we will go through and we'll look at some players' stats and stuff like that, but it's a very good goal. That's 2 strikers linking up well, and the work between Toma and Chesnikov there, combining very well to just hold possession of the ball, wait for that perfect moment. They were very in sync with what they were doing, like they were on the same wavelength. If they've got a corner, they flick into the box, but Vidanovic claims confidently, can we manage to find a counter-attack, a chance of our own, potentially? If we, well, just play it short, maybe no, we go for a long ball up, not our normal strategy, and they do win it back. Havit is on it, pumps up, but Gustavo nods down, Yastrzemski on the left-hand side to Toma in the centre. Can we maybe find another opportunity? Flynn's trying to make space on the up front here, on the left-hand side. Can't quite do it though, as Gustavo's very deep, despite his space here. But, well, he's got space now, but Yastrzemski just went for the cross himself. Gustavo was in acres and could have had a good cross, but the highlights continuing. They flick forward, they've got space. Flood on the left-hand side, puts into the box, and David McCann equalises it back up to 1-1. Disappointing, really. It's a shame. It would have been nice to keep that lead, at least for a little bit longer, especially when there was an opportunity there for us to create a good chance, and we just rushed it a little bit. Yastrzemski had a great option to pass and just, well, took the cross himself, and it was blocked, and it did punish us, but still only level, still only 1-1. A chance to fight back is definitely there. They've got a corner. Proctor is on the ball. He's going to flick into the box. Flood knocks in. Kinsey now on it. We're trying to block the shot, but we just can't. Delian strikes from outside, well, sorry, from the edge of the box, and it's 2-1. This isn't good, considering we started so strong and we had the lead. And this is a shame, really, especially to score in such a fashion. Like, you just knew it was coming. He just got so much space in a dangerous area. Vidanovic kind of went the wrong way as well, which certainly didn't help matters. So despite us starting off strong and taking a 1-0 lead, we are currently 2-1 down at half-time, which is not ideal. So let's get aggressive. Where is your passion? Do you even want to win this match? They all look motivated and fired up. And, well, hopefully we can come out in the second half, bag a couple of goals and take the game. Well, there is a highlight here. Vidanovic starting with the ball, but forced to pump it out. Gives it straight to Proctor. They're on the ball. We're trying to swarm him, but we really are struggling to get it back here, despite us having a lot of men defending. And, well, they've managed to create some space. Thomas, from outside the area, strikes just wide. A bit rushed there from Vidanovic. Obviously not his fault. He was under a lot of pressure, but we just didn't have the options there to help him. We've got a throw in deep in their half. Yastrzemski tries to throw forward, but they just get it back. But Gustavo on the left-hand side reclaims the ball. And we're now the ones in possession. Chesnikov, Toma, Yastrzemski. Can we find an opportunity? Back against Chesnikov, who gets tackled. We do reclaim the ball once again, though, but now we have to start all over again. Toma, back to Chesnikov. We just can't quite find these final balls. It's what's really killing us. Chesnikov to Flynn. Out on the left, maybe Yastrzemski, Toma. Gustavo's in a bit of space once again, but just no one's giving it to him. Flynn on the ball, forward to Benon. On the outside of the box, knocks it across to Toma. Strikes from a long way out, who just parried it out. I feel like whoever was in the box there had a better opportunity than who he passed it out to, but... well, we're going to take the corner. Toma flicks in. It's dealt with easily. Yastrzemski gets back on the ball. Passes out wide to Benon, who strikes. That's terrible. Dreadful ball. Goes out for a goal kick with no danger, as they've immediately got a free kick. Wilson forward to Havit. And, oh, come on. Can we please get this ball back and at least try and salvage a draw, if nothing else? Just try and keep ourselves in at least with a shout. Going into the final game of the season, McCann on the ball, knocks across the flood. They strike, and it's 3-1. That was the most simple goal you'll ever see. Our backline looked absolutely lost, to be honest, and that's a bit of a shame. You'll see it again here on the replay. They just created so much space. There was about 3 players who could have shot there. It was shambolic. But, I mean, look at this. And then you've got this guy over here as well, and also the guy out on the right-hand side in absolutely acres. Not good. Really not good defensively there. Well, we're into added time, and the game's just going to fly by. Hunt's going to take a throw-in for them, but surely this is just going to be full-time at 3-1 to Cardiff, which is disappointing. I know they finished 3rd in the table and had a good season, but it would have been nice to beat them and at least keep ourselves in with a shout of trying to get that late playoff push, but, well, it's certainly not possible anymore. Let's go into the final game of the season against Bristol City and see what we can do. So here we are then, against Bristol City. There is absolutely no chance we can get into the playoffs anymore. 1 game to go and 4 points behind, but let's try and pick up a win. Finish as high as we can, and all in all, well, let's try and say that we've had quite a good season. To be fair, we have, since we took over. Sorry about the lighting on the camera, by the way. I'm recording this sort of in the morning/daytime, and it's not normally this bright over there, but I can't do anything about it. It's called the sun. I can't turn it off, I'm afraid. So, let's crack on now. I've changed a couple of players. First of all, Horn is out injured, unfortunately, so he won't be featuring today, just for a couple of weeks. He'll be back for the new season, but yeah, can't partake in today's game. And then also I've given Carl McGee a start. He's a young player. This game means nothing. Let's give him a little bit of game time. So we'll go through this game. We'll get a result. We'll see what we can do. And then we'll go over the players. We'll look at our season, especially since we took over, and see how we've done. So, this is a huge head. Wow. And here, what's going on there? Anyway, let's crack on. They've got a 4-3-3. I want to get aggressive. I want to say a team such as ours should be winning this match without any problems at all. Oh, that didn't really work as intended, really. Haryanto liked it, that's about it. Well, we're 20 minutes in and absolutely nobody's even had a shot yet. There's finally a highlight. Haryanto on the ball, gets brought down by De Silva. Even this isn't going to be an attempt on goal, it's going to be a red card for them. Well, that's unfortunate to pick up in the last game of the season, where it means nothing for both teams. A bit reckless from them, to be honest, but we've finally had a shot. Hopefully, we can finally score a goal. We've got a throw-in. There's only a few minutes left of the first half. Benon can't win the ball. They've actually got it here. Bailey coming forward with it. Can we win it back? They're down a man. They've took off a striker and brought on another right-back. We should be massively outnumbering them here and able to well, try and fight for the ball. I love their kit, by the way, the purple and green. It's very nice. But, well, it looks like they've got more men than us rather than the other way around. They have a shot. Vidanovic palms it down and then is able to get there and pick it up. That's not inspiring confidence, to be honest. The fact that they're the ones with the first chance we've seen and they've only got 10 men, that's quite concerning. But, well, I think at half-time, let's see if we can squeeze this in now, actually. We'll go more attacking. I just need to check that that's gone through, really, don't I? But, well, let's go to the dressing room. Let's say aggressively not happy with your performance, because we should be winning a game like this. Go to the tactics and check we have gone attacking. We have. And let's really push at them. They've only got 10 men. Well, we have got a throw in. Yastrzemski forward to Luis Gustavo. Back to Yastrzemski. Flicks into the box. McGee can't get on it. Chesnikov on the edge of the area. Knocks across to Philip. Strikes. He hits the post or the bar. Philip came in for Horn, obviously. Flicks it's back out to Chesnikov. Gustavo's on it. Tries for another cross, but we don't even see where it lands. We have got a corner, though. Gustavo's going to take up to step up to take. He flicks it into the box, but they do end up with the ball. Benon not able to get on the end of it, and they do pump up. But we reclaim Philip across to Gabriel. Can we create a chance and score a goal, please? They've got 10 men and have done for quite a while. Jastrzemski on the left, goes for a cross, flicks it into the box. Benon on the edge of the box, strikes, and it's gone in. I didn't know whether to say it's scored or it's gone in, so I said it's gone in. Yeah, Karim Benon, third goal of the season. It's not a bad finish, to be honest. He got quite a bit of space for himself there, probably because they're lacking a man. But yeah, they completely mismarked here. Had 2 men on McGee and no one on Benon. He was able to get the ball and just absolutely leather it past the keeper and put us 1-0 up. But we've got a corner. Gustavo's going to take, tries to find someone in the box, but can't. But we do get the ball back. Benon's on the left-hand side, strikes himself and just puts it wide. They're not the best position for a shot, it's got to be said, as there is another highlight. Now, they are currently on the ball. Styles is on it. We're putting the pressure on, but I mean, I don't think we should be seeing highlights in their favour as they slide forward. If they put in a cross, Gabriel heads out only to the edge of the box though. They get it back, they strike it. That is a great bit of movement from them, which they should not be allowed to get with 10 men. They should not have that much space. We had like a wall. It was like it was a dead ball for some reason. We just formed a line in front of the player who was kicking it. It's a bit ridiculous. Look here how easily he breaks away. We just form a mosh pit of players in front of the man with the ball and just leave someone completely unmarked. It's back at 1-1. And that's not really good enough. So, let's go to the tactics. Let's bring on Andy Flynn for Carl McGee. Switch these two around and, well, see if we can't get anything from this game. We've got a throw in here. Philip's going to take. Forward to Haryanto. Can we please just find a goal? I can't believe we're drawing against 10 men. This is a little bit embarrassing, to be honest. We should be battering these with the run of form we've had and with how good we've been. As Jastrzemski flicks into the box, we can't get on the end of it, but Doyle Hayes to Benon on the edge of the area, tries to shoot but can't, shoots again, and Karim Benon doubles his tally for the season in one game. 2 goals for him here, putting us 2-1 up. Not bad, really. Very good game from him. He's had an excellent season, and it's quite nice to see him getting a couple of goals in recognition of that. I think he's been an excellent player. It's just a shame his finishing isn't that good, but well, you wouldn't know it from this game. That's an excellent strike, and it puts us back in the lead. Exactly what we needed. Well, there is a highlight. Gustavo getting the loose ball here. We have just gone up to 7th position, which is exactly the position right outside of the playoffs, which is as well as we could have finished. But Haryanto across to Benon, flicks into the box. Flynn nods close, but it just hits the post and goes out. They managed to clear for a corner. We are so close there. Benon getting an assist would have been lovely as well. Just give him everything. As we flick into the box, they head clear. Gabriel, no, can't get there. They've cleared up, but it's going to be easily claimed by us. It hit the post and the keeper, and then just was able to be pushed out and then cleared by them. Unfortunate, really, but it would have been nice to get a third goal. Well, it looks like this is going to be the final highlight of the game, and as such, the final highlight of the season, where we're going to pick up a 2-1 win against Bristol City. If the game feels like ending, there we go, Gabriel with a great challenge, and surely this is just going to wrap things up. It's been a decent season, to be honest. We can't be too upset, and picking up a win in that last game, despite the fact that Bury also won, so we finished 8th and not 7th, but yeah, it's nice to end on a high. It's nice to end on a positive note, even if it was a struggle against a relegation, or, you know, a side that's towards relegation with 10 men. But, well, it's a good win for us. It certainly is. We got 2 goals for Karim Benon, who got the man of the match. And this is how the league table looks on the final day of the season. So you can see Portsmouth, Millwall and Sunderland went down. Stoke and Sheffield United went up. And, well, there's 4 teams in the playoffs. Cardiff, Fulham, Blackburn and Norwich. Personally, I hope Cardiff go up because I don't want to play them again. They battered us not too long ago. But, yeah, Sunderland, Millwall and Portsmouth all going down. Weirdly, Sunderland and Portsmouth also both in League One now in real life. So, yeah, it's just a bit of a weird one, really. But, well, I don't know how to feel about the whole season, to be honest. I think we've done excellently to get from 23rd when we took over, 12 games in, to be fighting for the playoffs. And so close as well. 2 points off of qualifying for it. We've had a very good season. We've massively turned around the goal difference to finish on 16. We started the season with 2 games won. We've finished on 20. So we've won 18 of the last, 34 games? That's not bad at all. We really can't complain too much, but it just feels like it was so in reach. We could have just pushed ourselves just over the line with a couple of good results. If we'd have beat Bury, if we'd have beaten Birmingham, anything like that, and we'd have been there. We'd have been above Norwich, because obviously our goal difference would have gone up too. It's just frustrating, really, to be so close, but so far. So let's take a look at the player stats for the whole league. Let's see if we've got any players knocking around here. Well, immediately we do. Mikael Bayliss, the 4th top scorer in the league. Not bad at all from him, to be honest. 18 goals is extremely impressive, and I believe we may have a couple more in here as well. Yeah, Donny Haryanto up on 15 is not bad either. That's an excellent tally for a strike partnership. Two very good players, and both should certainly be around next season, 27 and 28. And then we've also got Andy Flynn, who also only came in January, and has bagged a lot of goals, to be honest. I think he must be close to this list, at least. He must be on about 12. So, well, let's take a look. Let's have a look at our top goal scorers. You can see Bayliss, Haryanto, Flynn, Yastrzemski, all on a 10 or above in all competitions, and that's just fantastic, really. That's a lot of good tallies there from our forward players. You also see Carl McGee, 6 starts, 7 substitutes appearances, and he's scored 4 goals. He's only 16, he might be 17 now, but that's really good. That is really good. That's extremely impressive. Benon also on 4, obviously a couple of those coming in the last game. Jake Doyle-Hayes on 4 as well. That's very nice to see. Look at the assists. Karim Benon on 10 is excellent. But then even past that, 3 of the players who bagged 10 or more goals, 7, 7 and 4, are the next ones on the list. 7 assists and 19 goals for Mikael Bayliss is insane. That is a ridiculous return. 10 goals and 7 assists for Denis Yastrzemski is equally as insane, to be honest. That's really good. I'm really happy with the majority of the side. I think there is a couple of positions I do want to sort of change up, but if we take a look at the average ratings, Haryanto, Flynn, Bayliss, Verdassa, Gustavo, Benon and Gabriel all getting above a 7, with Benkovic and Horn both being on the 7. That's not really too shabby, is it? I don't think we can be upset at all with that. It's nice to see Flynn up there as well, having only came in sort of in January. Bayliss actually clawed his way back. Before we came in, he was on quite a low rating. I can't remember what it was specifically. I think it was about 6.7. So that shows how well he's done in the back end of the season. He was only on something like 2 goals in all competitions when we took over. He's finished on 19. So what's Flynn done then in the league? Because we didn't see him on the list. He got 10 league goals and 3 league assists. That's not bad at all. He's 16 games, 5 substitute appearances as well. That's pretty impressive. I'm really happy with how he's done, and only 22 years old. We got him for a bit of a steal, to be honest, 2.5 million. I'm hoping that we can carry it forward to next season. I think we've got a great strike force. We've got 4 strikers who are all very good, and a couple of them who can still develop quite a bit too. The area I would like to improve in maybe our defence and maybe our midfield, at least in terms of depth. I don't feel like we've got replacements for Yastrzemski and Benon. I don't think P2 and Collins are anywhere close to good enough in those positions. If we were deploying wingers, maybe, but not as they currently are, I'm afraid. So yeah, I'd like some better centre-halves. I think maybe at least more depth in the midfield if it's not a quality improvement, but that's sort of what I'm thinking going into next season. So let's get towards the end of season rewards, or awards, not rewards, and see what's going on there. So not at the awards yet, but our initial budgets for next season have been set. We've got a wage bill of 1.2 million and 21 million spent in the transfer market, which is pretty much what we finished on this year. It's not really changed at all. That's what we had left after the January window, pretty much. So that's not too bad. I can't really complain. I can't see us needing to spend much more than that. And also, there's a couple of players who I'm looking to move on, looking to offload. So I'm sure it'll all work out, and I'm pretty happy with that, to be honest. I thought we were going to get it quite heavily reduced with how well we performed. I thought they'd think, oh, you don't need to strengthen that much. So to have it stay the same is quite happy, to be honest. I'm reasonably good with that. Took a while to get here, but we're finally at the end of season awards. It took like about an hour of play to get from the end of the last little bit to here. It's ridiculous. But signing of the season is Cedric Horn. That's the first one I'm drawn to, purely because he's our former player from Troyes, and he's, for 5.5 million, has been the signing of the season, which is especially impressive when you consider that Andy Flynn is young player of the season, despite the fact that Cedric Horn is younger. So I'm not quite sure. I'm not quite sure. Maybe Flynn was better this season, but Horn's a better signing, but Flynn was also cheaper. I don't know. Donny Haryanto getting player of the season just ahead of Mikael Bayliss and Karim Benon. It's not too bad, really. Obviously, Andy Flynn with the goal of the season against Millwall. I think I know the one that is, and if it is the one I'm thinking of, I'm a little bit surprised. Let's load into it and take a look. So, it's against Millwall, which is a very recent game. I think this is the one that just sort of dribbled in, but I could be mistaken. Flynn, on the edge of the area, takes a touch forward, hits it. It is just sort of the one that took a bobble and bounced in. Okay, I personally wouldn't have picked it, but fair enough to Flynn for getting that. So, well, let's choose our pre-season start date. I want quite a long pre-season. 4 weeks is the most I can have. Let's take that. And well, let's wrap up this season here. So I've already told the squad in the end of season team meeting that we are looking to go up as champions. The confidence review is pretty decent. They're delighted with our leadership, apparently. That doesn't show me it's delighted. That shows reasonably happy. But, well, we'll take it. Some fans are disappointed with the performance of Cedric Horn, despite the fact that he's signing of the season. And if I remember rightly, he was on a 7.0. Who's disappointed with that? That's weird. Anyway, let's move on. Let's get towards... Well, let's wrap this up and let's start the next season tomorrow. Now, it will obviously be a double upload, as always. The first video detailing any changes to the squad, and then the second one going through the first 2 games of the season. So, thank you all very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video and this season. Let me know what you think is going to happen in the next year, and yeah, I'll see you all there. Have a wonderful night, and goodbye.